You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was actually one of our Is It Fair to Say tweets that we got. I don't remember the guy's name. I apologize. It's no longer up. But shout out to you for bringing that conversation up and letting us divulge into it. We have one more from the Is It Fair to Say topic on Twitter. It comes from Jordan Down C. Loke.
Damn.
Gang bang out Twitter. Jordan Down.
I gotta make sure it's in my name.
Jordan Down.
Shout out to you. Is it fair to say the tipping culture is burnt out? Places expect a 25% tip. And like, you know, do y'all tip? And then what do you do when they ask for tip when there's no real customer service? Like, how y'all feel on tipping?
Honestly, me and my girlfriend, we had just went out to Cheesecake, because she loves Cheesecake Factory. Went to Cheesecake Factory.
Shout out Cheesecake
and Factory. We was there and they was just rude. We was up the one over there and I think over there by the house, like Anaheim area type. Mm-hmm. And they was like real rude and like not rude as in like, but see the thing is with me as I just don't like when like servers like don't come back to you.
Not attentive.
Yeah, like why you leaving me over here for 30 minutes, bro?
Right,
yeah, for sure.
So, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really feeling that. And then on top of that, they give us the food. I like my burger well done. So if I say that in the order, I want it to be well done. You know what I'm saying? And then I told her like, hey, this not well done. My girl's steak wasn't well done, or like how she likes it. So we like sending it back. But as we sending it back, she got an attitude about why she's like why you got an attitude, and
it's not even your food.
You know
it's
how
like, God
you know how
damn.
they got the like right there where the like hazard is and everything, where they like go over there and put the order in and everything. Yeah. So she went right there, but as I hear her over there, I hear her talking with her employees, with her coworkers, like, oh man, I sent this shit back 2 times. I'm like, hold on, you back there talking shit, and you like we can't hear you. Like I'm telling you, like we.
So what was your tip?
Nothing.
You tip zero.
Zero. I'm not tipping you nothing.
So it's service based, right?
I'm not. Only because she didn't do us how I want it to be done at a restaurant. Like you supposed to have customer service. You're supposed to be able to, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be able to attend to the customer and make us feel like, boom, we like being here, and we, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ended up staying. And then we got another server there, right? We got another server because I'm like, hey, I talked to the manager like, look, we don't like
server.
Yeah,
so I see why you didn't tip.
I didn't tip the whole restaurant. I would have tipped the other, and it's fucked up because the next server we got, she was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't feel the need to take care of her in the sake of tipping culture? She stepped in and made you feel welcome?
That's why I'm getting to my point.
Oh, okay.
I didn't tip the girl. That's why I made her feel fucked up because I ended up tipping the lady.
Oh, the original waiter. Got you.
Yeah. Okay. Not the original waiter. She didn't get shit.
Facts.
But the next lady definitely, and we still got our food for free. They still gave us the food for free.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not the type of guy that want to go out and just get my stuff free. So that meal that we would have paid $25, $30 for, gave it to the lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't even have to pay for our food, but she was still cool as fuck.
Right, I got you.
And got our shit right.
Right.
So
with the way you feel on tipping, if the original lady would have been good, she would have got a good tip.
She would have got a good tip.
What's a good tip to you on a cheesecake meal?
Cheesecake.
What was the total?
It was supposed to come up to like 84.
So what would you have tipped on that if the service was A1 from the beginning?
If it was A1,
you a young nigga, so I'm curious to know what a 25-year-old gonna tip.
I'm gonna go ahead and cause sometimes my girl will pay for the food and I'll tip, and sometimes I'll pay for the food and she'll tip. So I think a good tip is like anywhere, if they do really good, anywhere from 10 to a dub.
Yeah, for sure.
Anywhere from 10 to a dub.
Does that depend on the total of the bill? Because they say they list at the bottom little gratuity and percentages that you're supposed to do. But do you tip are you like one of those people, do you tip based off of service or the total? You know what I'm saying? What about you? Like, what do you tip off of?
I mean, I'm kind of in the middle because when it comes to me, number one, I think it feels like it could be how generous I'm feeling, because at the end of the day, it's like if I'm in a good mood, I'm gonna for sure show you love and tip you regardless, you know. But then again, on the flip side, I just don't understand. And I've always had this debate. It's like, why do they force people to tip? This is your job. You need to get paid regardless. So why am I paying extra money for you when this is what you're getting paid for? Why do I got to come out of the pocket? And why do people have to tip when this is what you guys are here to work for? It's like that makes no sense. And then it's like, why are they forcing people to even tip? And then another thing that gets me mad is, say if I make a to-go order, right? I make a to-go order on the app. I pull up and pick it up. They still want you to tip. I'm like, what?
But see, look, I can't agree with
what
that.
are you doing?
I swear to God.
I tip sometimes on the to-go order.
Yeah, I went to the front to pay. They're like, oh, so would you like to tip? I'm like, tip for what? I didn't sit down and eat inside of here. Oh, y'all,
But look,
That's how nice the person brings the food to me.
It'll
is.
be sometimes
if I give a couple dollars.
So I'll do that sometimes.
Off a to-go order?
Yeah, because sometimes I'll walk in and I'll just see like they going through it.
Okay.
Like it'll be like a busy ass day or something, and they'll be like, "We'll be right with you. We're so sorry," and I'll be like, "No, it's good." And then I'll throw them a little something and be like, "You know what? Y'all working hard."
Yeah.
You know what I'm
nothing
saying?
like you're sitting down eating, but like if the total is like a $17 pickup, I'm gonna round up to 20.
Okay, I get
You know
that.
what I mean? Like the person brings it to me, you want some extra sauce, you got napkins. If you
No,
like
I'm
extra,
saying-
it depends. If it's a human though.
$3.
$3 is great.
I can read for $3.
Let me.
I'm an even numbers nigga. I like to just round it up.
I'm gonna give it to you right now, Steph.
But I'm gonna round it up and still be cool. Like I'm a 13 them at least, so they get a little something.
Not $3. That's a half a gallon of gas.
Hey,
You
come
ain't get
on.
three.
You know,
Look,
times.
Crazy.
I'm gonna say it like this because I actually used to work at a restaurant, bro. I was a
That's
busser.
exactly
So-
what I was finna ask.
so-
Have
That
was
you
my
ever
first
worked
job.
in service?
Never.
That's
You
why
never
you don't
worked in
That's why he
understand,
feel
bro.
like
That's why
that.
you don't get
No,
it.
bro.
That's why you feel like that.
Look,
My
first
first job was a busser and a dishwasher.
Yeah,
So I
my-
understood the
my first job-
extra on your pay is like, thank you. You appreciate what I'm doing. Even though it's my job, I'm washing up your nasty silverware. I'm picking up your
Why?
nasty table.
And I understand the difference between a cash tip versus leaving a tip on the car.
Facts.
I understand. I will sit you down. Like, okay, so I'm really big on tipping. I'm really big on tipping.
We love her in the food.
Like
age.
I
The food where we
will,
love
I
her.
will go pull somebody to the side and have a
Give
full
'em their
conversation
own.
with them and give them
Yeah.
$100
Yeah.
On my mama.
sometimes.
Okay.
Like that's how I am. Like sometimes I'm a reader of energy and like spirit. Sometimes I'll be sitting there and it'll just be somebody that just touched my heart and I'll be like, you know what?
Yep.
I want to make their day. Like I
Yes.
want them to go home and be like, damn, this day was crazy, but that was kind of tight that happened
Yeah. For
because
sure.
they did that for me.
Right.
And so I've always like made it a point to be like, okay, I knew how it felt when I was doing certain things too, because I've never worked in like the restaurant industry, but I used to work. I worked at Nike, and at Nike, they make you like if you're at a corporate store and like somebody comes in, because I used to work at Nike San Francisco, which was like a huge tourist hub, and they'll tell you straight up like. A lot of the people that come in are like foreigners. They're visiting, they're touring, and they're not used to America where we don't like put your shoes on for you. So if they sit down and they tell you like you gotta put the shoe on.
Damn.
Like I done had ladies
Hell
that's come
no.
in, like they done brought an old ass granny in and was like, we had to stop and get her a walking shoe because her foot started bleeding. Can you put her shoe on? And I'm like, nigga.
Is
like,
there tips involved with that? Is that what you're saying?
No commission, no tips, no nothing.
yeah.
So
That's
being
above and
said,
beyond.
Exactly. So for me, on the flip of that, I worked in an industry where I had to do service shit, but was never
Compensated.
in that way.
Yeah. I can feel
And
why you
so
feel like that.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and show some love to this person this day. And so I get that. If you
sure.
haven't done it, it's not something that you understand. But yeah, I'm
So-
gonna always ask, and I'm gonna pull them to the side and be like, hey, do they do that group tip shit here? Because that's another big one.
Like team
Yeah,
or
Starbucks
company.
does
Where they
that.
do tip share is what it's called.
Starbucks does that.
Yes,
You
and
get tipped
that's
as a
why-
store.
Yeah.
So they
have
take
our
all
job.
the tip jars and they add it up, and everybody gets a portion of it in their check
Yeah.
later on.
That's how mine was too.
Are
Like
you,
they
more,
used to.
are you more inclined to tip in a jar or on your bill? I don't think I ever really tip in a jar.
Tip in a
I tipped
jar.
in a jar.
I took in the jar.
I don't think that's rare.
What's
That's
the
the
biggest
extra
tip?
change that you get
Yeah.
back? Okay, so
Yeah.
that's how y'all do it. I do it on the card. Y'all give y'all change that you get back and drop it in the tip jar.
Yeah, just whichever one. If I'm paying with cash,
It just feels so petty. I look and it be like $6, and I'm like,
Nah, but
put
look,
in a dollar.
see,
Like,
Yeah.
when I used to work at a place called Pier Burger on Santa Monica Pier, and when I used to work there, they used to like just had a little tip jar, but at the end they split it. So say if it's like $200, now it's like 6 employees. That'd be cool. They give it to us every Friday with our checks. So
Right.
now you getting an extra $50, $40.
Right,
and not that
right,
many
right.
people on the crew. That's cool. That make you feel better. Like, damn, all right, now I'll come into work. I'll do the extra service. I'll do this.
Yeah, be a little
because-
nicer.
What's the biggest tip you ever got?
pause.
When you was pause, I was gonna say
Whoa.
I didn't know if I was gonna say
I've
I
never
was gonna say
gotten a
pause.
big tip.
Bro. What's the What's the biggest amount of a tip that you've got in the food service world?
There you
Pause.
go. There you go.
Well rephrased. I think probably maybe like this was I was 15. It was my first job. I was still in high school. Maybe like $60. Yeah. Like it was just like cash left, or like 320s and some ones, something like that.
Funny story. When I worked at the Funnel Cake Factory in Santa Monica Pier, I had 2 jobs on there.
You was making everybody snacks.
Yeah, Tiani Taylor.
All over the pier.
Yeah.
Tiani Taylor gave me a $150 tip.
That's tight.
That's tight.
I swear.
I love it.
I should have
funnel cake?
Yeah, so what, nigga?
What the fuck?
What the fuck you put on the funnel cake?
Because I gave her, cause boom, we not even supposed to. You supposed to pay extra for the toppings, and they was tripping. Like the supervisor was tripping. He walked off.
You gave it to her.
Well, I gave it. It's Tiani Taylor. I'm not finna what? Here, strawberries, chocolate, whatever you want. I got you. It's good. Boom. I went on my break. She seen me with her security. Boom, tip me. I'm like, ooh.
That's what's
Thanks
up.
for
That's what's up. See, stuff like that goes a long way. Because even though I haven't worked in the food industry, my example is like, one time I was in a restaurant, right, and I seen this female getting grilled by her manager. You can just tell, like I said, like you said, reading energy. Yeah. So I can tell her day was super messed up. You know what? And she wasn't even my server. So just off the strength, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, I don't fuck with that, because it's like you never know what somebody's going through. You never know if they're working for the kids to support their house or whatever the case may be. So when I was done, even though she wasn't my server, I went over to her and I gave her straight up $100. Like, here, I seen what's going on. She was like, she couldn't believe it. She was in disbelief. She was like, you don't understand how much
those videos that you see online.
I'll be damn near crying with
on my mama.
Yeah. Like I'll give you $100 and I'll be damn near crying.
A little emotional.
I love you, bye.
Yeah, because that's just me and my kind of heart. Like, I'm for the people. So if I see somebody struggling, and if I see somebody going through something, I'd rather give something out of my pocket to help them out. To make them feel better. I do this all the time, whether it comes to people like that situation, homeless people, like kids selling candy. If I feel they really being legit, that makes me way more happier instead of keeping that money in my pocket.
I done bought a whole box of candy off of you before.
Oh, yeah.
I done been like, how many in here left? And how much you selling them for? What you give me for all this? Yeah. And they'll tell me, and I'll be like,
and you negotiate and teach them some on some negotiations, some percentage shit. Yeah,
that's a good one. Okay, so I forgot. I'm gonna say too. Y'all tip y'all barbers?
Hell yeah, I do.
Y'all tip your barbers?
Shout out my hold on.
Because I had to remember I am in the service industry and my clients